All right, so hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith, and in this video, I'm just going to briefly discuss the knife hand strike and the karate chop, which there's really no real difference between them. One, sometimes you have your hands like this, and sometimes you have your hand like this, but you're striking with this portion of the bone south of the pinky finger on either hand. All right, as opposed to a ridge hand strike, which hits with this bone here. All right. Um, the knife hand strike is safer in my opinion. A ridge hand hot strike, you risk breaking your thumb, and if you break your thumb in a fight, believe me, you're going to know it, and you're going to be at a big disadvantage. But the knife hand strike, uh, this is sometimes incorrectly called a judo chop when technically there are no strikes in judo. It's a karate chop. And the question on Quora was, what targets are you going to go for? You're going to go for the throat, all right? Let's say if you're outnumbered 2-1 in a self defense situation, you're going to go to the throat. Or if you're a woman defending against a man, you're going to attack the throat. If you're a man, do not use a knife hand strike in a one-on-one fight. You'll end up going to prison even if you didn't start the fight. Don't use it to attack the throat anyway in a one-on-one fight. If you're outnumbered 2 or 3-1, you might have to disable or kill somebody to survive. But if it's a one-on-one fight and you even know what a knife hand strike is, you shouldn't need it to win. All right. The other targets for a knife hand strike are the radius bone of an incoming punch. Let's say they throw their right hook and it's coming in. You block the radius bone here with the knife hand strike. All right, and it's going to cause a lot of pain on them because there's nerves that run right along the radius bone. And another target that you can block is the dead center of the biceps or the pressure point there. It's not going to knock the person out like science fiction or fairy tale physics pressure points on Xeno Warrior Princess or something like that, but it will actually deaden their arm for a few seconds. So those are three common targets for knife hand strikes. You can also target the inside of a leg of an incoming kick. If you step in and jam the kick in time, you can knife hand strike the inside of the femoral artery, which can be lethal. So don't use that one unless you're outnumbered either. Because it can cause internal bleeding up to and including death if you rupture your opponent's femoral artery. So those are 3 and possibly 4 targets for a knife hand strike in martial arts. All right. And you'll notice that with the exception of the radius bone, those are all soft targets. You use bone on bone striking in self defense, bone on soft target striking in self defense, and you use soft target on bone in self defense. When you're not wearing gloves, you can break your hand pretty easily unless you're very experienced at throwing punches and strikes without gloves, which I am. But I had 6 years of Okinawan training under 4th degree black belt and 7th degree black belt, respectively. So I have a lot of experience. I don't look like it because I've had strokes and diabetes my entire adult life. So, don't judge me by my looks. But anyway, that's what a knife hand strike is. It can be very devastating when thrown to the throat or to the radius bone because you can break your opponent's radius bone about as easily as you'll break your own hand, or you can hit the biceps here and it's going to deaden their arm and they're not going to be able to throw a good punch. All right. But I said I'd be brief, and it's already been 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So thank you very much, and I'll post this in explanation. Again, you're not hitting with the fingers; you're hitting with this portion of your hand, the bone and the padded meaty portion south of the bone, south of the index, pinky finger rather. Okay. So that's all there is to it.